Hey, my friends, your online success coach here. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the fear of success. So stay tuned. Alrighty, so the fear of success plagues more people than you could ever imagine. So, in my videos, I talk a lot about success and attracting what you desire and things like that. And what we have to do, we have to realize that sometimes we want all these things. We say we want all these things, but yet we have a fear. And we have a fear of actually acquiring those things. And I know that may sound crazy, but a lot of us, maybe I can't speak for you, but a lot of us, I know myself, I wasn't brought up successful. Like I had nobody successful in my family. The only person I could think of that I can probably say was a little bit successful was my grandfather. He had this shop, and we called him, Grandpa's shop, where he sold these antiques, but there was a lot more stuff being sold in there, if you know what I mean. A seedy, smoky shop, people playing cards and things like that. He had old tires in the back with a bunch of dogs. And he lived there and he ran this shop, and people would come in and out. People would come to him for money. I think he was running numbers and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I was a kid. But all I know is that Grandpa used to always have money. And so myself and my cousin, we would always go and run down to the shop and get some money from Grandpa, right? So when I think back of success, he was the only person that I knew in my family that had their quote unquote own business. Everybody else worked a job, a 9-to-5. My parents, they didn't even work. And that's a whole nother story. I'm gonna do a story time one day, tell you guys really about my childhood and my upbringing and things like that. But the people that were in my life, and I grew up in the 70s, and they were either, working their 9-to-5, or, like I said, my parents, they didn't even work. They were on, back then we called it welfare. Now we call it public assistance. That's what they were on. That's what I grew up on. I didn't know anything about success, working for yourself, wealthy. I didn't know anything about that. I grew up in a toxic household with my parents. What all I knew was that they didn't even drill into me, go to school, get a good job so that you can work. They didn't even drill that into me. If I didn't want to go to school, I would say I was feeling sick. Oh, well, stay home. Like education was not a big thing to them at all. And it's weird when I think back, when I look back, I'm like, did they want me to succeed? Like it seemed like they didn't really care because they had their own things going on. My parents were very, absorbed with their own lives and with the things that they were doing, which was not productive at all. As I grew up and I started to think back, I'm like, they didn't do anything productive with their lives at all. And unfortunately, I love my parents, and they molded me to who I am today. Maybe that's why I fight so hard for success in every area of my life. Success in my relationships, success in my personal life, success in my professional life. Like I'm always striving for success because I do not want to end up like my parents, and I do not want my children to end up in an environment that I grew up in. So when I think back, and maybe you want to think back to how you grew up. Maybe you had successful parents. Maybe they talked to you about, investing money and starting a business. I know that my parents didn't. They didn't know anything about that. They were very far removed from that. And so along my journey of this lifetime, I had to find people that were talking about that. For some reason, and like I said, it could be because of the way I was brought up, I could not settle for less. I was the first one in my family to go to college. Right, the first one to graduate college with a bachelor's degree. The first one to even attempt to go to get my master's degree. Even though I didn't get it, but I attempted. I have some credits towards a master's degree. The first one in my family to ever start a business besides my grandfather. Right, he had this seedy, smoky business, but nonetheless, he still worked for himself. Right, people came to my grandfather for jobs. So when I think about it, I must get my entrepreneurial spirit from my grandfather. And however, let's talk about a little bit about failure, the fear of success. Because when we think about about success, everybody say they want to be successful. They do. They want to have this successful life where they're sipping Mai Tais on the beach and money's just pouring into their bank accounts without them having to do anything. That's what a lot of people feel like success is. It looks like and feels like, and it can look like that. I experienced that, and I'm happy to say that I've experienced all levels of success. But we can sometimes sabotage it, and that's where that fear comes into play. When we are fearful, and not even consciously fearful, but we're subconsciously fearful. We're fearful that we may have to leave people behind. Let me tell you something. Success comes with all types of adjustments. You may have to leave people behind that you love. Unfortunately, there's like a total other side of life when you step over that boundary of mediocre life, successful life. You're going to have to think differently. You're going to have to become a different person. Some people are afraid of becoming more, afraid of doing more, afraid of having more. Because again, that may mean people are going to come out of your life. But at the same time, you're going to attract new people. But when we are so used to being around the same people that we've been around for so many years of our lives, it's like murder. It's like, you're dying. Like, wait a minute. No, but that's my best friend. That's my husband. That's my wife. That's my this. That's my that. But it just happens. It happens because everybody is not going to celebrate your success. Everybody's not going to understand that you're on this journey of self-improvement, self-transformation, because that's what comes with success. Success is not going to come to you as the person that you are right now. It's going to come to you as the person that you are becoming. So for every level that you are becoming, a little bit more success is going to come to you. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you are still doing the same old things, and I remember when I wanted to be successful, I had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I was still trying to hold on to my old self, but still trying to become my new self. And that conflict in itself is going to sabotage your success. So at the same time, I wanted to be successful. I wanted success. But little do you know what comes with having success. Successful people do things much differently than regular people, than so-called normal people. They wake up earlier. They read more. They exercise more. They think differently. They surround themselves with different types of people. They just move differently. And in order for you to obtain a level of success that you truly, truly desire, you are going to have to first face your fears. You're going to have to face them. You're going to have to recognize them. You're going to have to acknowledge them, and you're going to have to face them. And you're going to have to ask yourself these questions. Is success really for me? Do I really want to achieve the level of success that I said I want to achieve? You want to make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month? What does it take to do that? Think about that. How do you need to show up in order to consistently make $10,000 per month if you're not making that already? In order to make more than what you're making right now, guess what? You're going to have to be more. You're going to have to do more. But first, it becomes with the being part. You're going to have to be more. You're going to have to show up differently in your life. You're going to have to hold yourself accountable. I did a video about that. You're going to have to, it's like you're going to have to prove to yourself that you deserve this success. And it's not easy. It's not. Anybody that tells you that becoming successful is easy, they are lying. You have to motivate yourself. You have to inspire yourself. You have to surround yourself around like-minded people. You cannot continue to hang around the same people that's making the same amount of money that you are right now, right? And expect to make more money than them. It's not going to happen. You are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around constantly. So you have to consciously seek out people who are making more money than you and who are more successful than you, so you can get to that level. It's deep. It's deep, guys. And I'm telling you this because I want you to be prepared for the success that you say that you want. You know, we speak about writing things down and asking for it and believing it and receiving it. But you got to know that there are subconscious behaviors inside of you that you don't even realize, subconscious programming. Like when I was young, my parents used to call me stupid all the time. So how does a so-called stupid person become successful? By reprogramming my mind, reprogramming my subconscious, knowing that I'm not stupid, that people hurt people, right? So there's a lot when it comes to success, and that fear of success is something that you are going to have to face, acknowledge, and then work hard. You're going to have to work extremely hard to overcome it. All right? So hopefully this video was informative and you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, like this video, share it with other people who you feel are on the road to success. We are all on this journey together. It doesn't matter if I make more than you or you make more than me. We all are transforming our minds, our bodies, and our spirits so that we can attract all the success abundantly that we want. And it starts with acknowledgement. So share this video with others. Hit the notification bell so you'll know whenever I upload a new video. And subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And please get my 5 steps of success. My guide to abundance, success, and prosperity is down below in the description. Get that right now so that you can be on the path of success. All right, my friends, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace. Take care.